The allocation to the states is also disproportionate. What is the reason, therefore? Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, Premchandran ji, as always, has raised a very, very important question. I would like to take this opportunity to underline that the India Post system today is the largest postal system in the world. We have 1,64,000 post offices through the length and breadth of our country. We have close to 2.78 lakh Grameen Dak Sevaks who day and night toil to convey not business alone, sir, but to convey emotion from one human being to the other. I would like to use this opportunity in the House to bow my head to all our Grameen Dak Sevaks across the length and breadth of our country that do a yeoman's service. With the point that he has raised, I would like to point out that in the last 11 years of Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji's government, we have concentrated on strengthening the India Post system. We have constructed close to about 4,903 new post offices, sir, in left-wing extremism states only in the last three and a half years. 5,746 new post offices have been sanctioned, sir, in unbanked villages, out of which 5,657 as on date, sir, have been opened. So 97% of that task has been completed. And in the last 11 years, we have expanded the postal network by 10,170 post offices in the country. In the last 5 years, sir, we have sanctioned and expensed close to 405 crore rupees for the construction, renovation of not only postal buildings, but we have 49 heritage post offices also, sir, belonging to India Post, which today are our jewels, and we have spent money on that. Having said that, sir, the Indian postal system requires certainly funding to be able to renovate the other balanced 25,000 post offices that are owned by India Post. We are working on that today. Not only that, I would like to assure through you, sir, the House, that we are bringing in place, in the process of bringing in place, a full business process re-engineering exercise for India Post, by which our first mile, middle mile, and last mile delivery will become much more prompt, much more service-oriented, and much more digitally oriented for the crores of citizens across our country. We are bringing in automation. We're looking at the best in class across the world. And I'm working on that right now with the department and the MOS, and we will bring that forward in the days to come to make India Post, as the finance minister said in her budget speech, the top logistics carrier in the world, coming from India as the jewel for the world. Thank you, sir.
प्रश्नकाल समाप्त। माननीय सदस्यगण, मुझे निम्नलिखित माननीय सदस्यों की स्थगन प्रस्ताव की सूचना प्राप्त हुई है। श्री गुरजीत सिंह ओजला, प्रोफेसर सौगत राय, श्री वीरेंद्र सिंह, डीएम कथीर आनंद, अमराराम, एडवोकेट चंद्रशेखर, श्री मनीष तिवारी। मैंने आज किसी भी स्थगन प्रस्ताव की सूचना की अनुमति नहीं दी गई है। सभा पटल पर रखे जाने वाले पत्र आइटम नंबर 2 श्री राव इंद्रजीत सिंह जी।
Speaker, sir, I rise to lay on the table of the House the papers mentioned against my name at serial number 2 in today's revised list of business.
आइटम नंबर 3 डॉक्टर। माननीय सदस्य प्लीज, मैं फिर माननीय सदस्यों से आग्रह करता हूं, सदन में ज़्यादा देर खड़े होकर बात नहीं करें, और माननीय मंत्री भी जब जाएं सबसे हाथ मिलाते हुए नहीं जाएं। आइटम नंबर 3 डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी।
अध्यक्ष महोदय, आपकी अनुमति से मैं आज की संशोधित कार्यवली की क्रम संख्या 3 पर मेरे नाम के आगे सूचीबद्ध कागजात सभा पटल पर रखता हूं। धन्यवाद अध्यक्ष।
आइटम नंबर 4 श्री जितिन प्रसाद जी।
Honorable Speaker, sir, with your permission, I rise to lay the papers listed against my name at serial number 4 in today's revised list of business.
आइटम नंबर 4 श्री डॉक्टर पी चंद्रशेखर।
With your kind permission, I rise to lay on the table of the House the papers mentioned against my name at serial number 5 in today's revised list of business. Thank you.
आइटम नंबर 6 श्री सतीश चंद्र दुबे।
आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, आपकी अनुमति से मैं आज की संशोधित चार सूची में मेरे नाम के सामने क्रम संख्या 6 पर उल्लेखित कागजातों को सभा पटल पर रखता हूं।
आइटम नंबर 7 श्रीमती नीबूबेन बामनिया।
महोदय,
प्लीज
माननीय अध्यक्ष
प्लीज माननीय
महोदय,
सदस्य,
मैं आपकी अनुमति से आज की संशोधित कार्यसूची में क्रम संख्या 7 पर अपने नाम के आगे उल्लेखित कागजात हिंदी और अंग्रेजी में सभा पटल पर रखती हूं। धन्यवाद।
आइटम नंबर 8 श्री बी मेहताब जी। श्री के गोपीनाथ।
सर महोदय, मैं आज की संशोधित कार्यसूची में
माननीय सदस्य प्लीज आप चेंबर में मिलिए। ये चेंबर नहीं है आपका, जाइए अपनी अपनी सीट पे, चेंबर में जाके मिला करें। नो माननीय
महोदय, मैं
सदस्यगण,
आज की संशोधित कार्यसूची में
बी मेहताब जी एक मिनट। माननीय सदस्यगण, हम सबको संसदीय परंपराओं के पालनीय नियमों को कई बार पढ़ना चाहिए और हमेशा ये प्रयास करना चाहिए कि हम संसद की गरिमा के लिए संसदीय पालनीय नियमों का पालन करें। बैठ जाइए, ये आपको काम नहीं दिया, मुझे दिया है, बैठ जाइए। बैठिए, बैठिए, आप सीनियर व्यक्ति हैं, बैठिए। बहुत बैठे बैठे बोलते हैं आप, प्लीज बैठिए। दादा दादा बैठिए, बैठे बैठे नहीं। आपको ज़्यादा नियम पालन करना चाहिए ताकि नए सदस्यों को अच्छा मार्गदर्शन मिले। प्लीज बैठिए, आप बैठे बैठे बहुत बोलते हैं।
महोदय, मैं आज के संशोधित कार्यसूची में अपने नाम के समक्ष यथा सूचीबद्ध वित्त संबंधी स्थायी समिति के 6 विवरणों हिंदी तथा अंग्रेजी संस्करणों की एक एक प्रति प्रस्तुत करता हूँ।
आइटम नंबर 9 श्री अनुराग सिंह ठाकुर।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, I rise to present the 15th report, Hindi and English versions of the Standing Committee on Coal, Mines and Steel on the subject, expediting and simplifying environment and forest clearance process for coal mining projects pertaining to the Ministry of Coal as listed against my name in today's list of business.
आइटम नंबर 10 श्री पुरुषोत्तम रूपाला जी।
Honorable Speaker, sir, I rise to lay on the table of the copy of following report in English and Hindi of Parliamentary Standing Committee on Industries. 1. 331st report on action taken by government on the recommendation observation contained in the 328th report of the Committee on Review of Performance of Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program pertaining to the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Thank you.
आइटम नंबर 11 राव इंद्रजीत सिंह जी।
Speaker, sir, I rise to make statements on the status of implementation of recommendations of the Standing Committee on Finance contained in the 18th and 23rd reports on demands for grants of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation for the year 2024-25 and 2025-26 respectively, listed at serial number 11, in today's revised list of business. Since these statements are lengthy, it is requested that these may be treated as read.
Item number 12, Shri Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji.
Speaker, sir, with your kind permission, I rise to lay on the table of the House status of the implementation of the recommendations in 398th report of the Standing Committee on Science, Technology, Environment, Forest and Climate Change on demands for grants 2020-25 pertaining to the Department of Space. Thank you, Speaker, sir.
Item number 13, Shri Jitin Prasad Ji.
Respected sir, with your kind permission, I rise to make statements showing implementation status on recommendations contained in the 4th and 9th reports of the Standing Committee on Communications and Information Technology on demands for grants 24-25 and year 25-26 respectively pertaining to the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and without taking the valuable time of the House, I lay the appendix on the table of the House.
Item number 14, Dr. P. Chandrasekhar.
Honorable Speaker, sir, in pursuance of the Direction 73A of the Honorable Speaker, Lok Sabha, I would like to lay statement showing status of implementations of the recommendations and observations contained in the 8th and 10th reports of Standing Committee on Communications and Information Technology on demands for grants 2025 to 2026 pertaining to Department of Telecommunications and Department of Posts, respectively, on the table of the House. Thank you, sir.
माननीय सदस्यगण, जिन माननीय सदस्यों का आज नियम 377 के अधीन मामले उठाने की अनुमति प्रदान की गई है, वे अपने अनुमोदित पाठ सदन के पटल पर व्यक्तिगत रूप से रखने के लिए मैं सभी से आग्रह करता हूं। श्री के.सी. वेणुगोपाल।
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to participate in the debate of electoral reforms, which is one of the most important, crucial for our democracy. I would like to quote the words of architect of the Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I'm quoting, "The House will realize that franchise is the most fundamental things in a democracy. No person who is entitled to be brought into the electoral rolls on the ground which we have already mentioned in our Constitution, namely an adult of 21 years of age, should be excluded merely as a result of prejudice of a local government